Alright guys, welcome back to another edition of
The Fight Card.
There it is, I love that. Alright, coming up next, UFC Fight Night Live 18.
Woo!
Headlining it is Carlos, the Natural Born Killer, Condit, versus Martin, the Hitman Kampmann. Should be a pretty good night. We got fights such as Steve Steinbess versus Ryan Jensen.
Who hasn't won in the UFC yet.
0-3, baby.
I'm feeling good about him tonight. April 1st, that is.
0-3.
Tim McKenzie versus Aaron Simpson. I like Aaron Simpson. Just
He's
put
a good
that out
wrestler.
there. Rob Kimmons versus Joe Videpo. Jorge Rivera versus Neeson Osterneck.
Woo! That's my guy.
Kobe likes him. Brock Larson and Jesse Sanders. Ricardo Almeida versus Matt Horwick. And then, starting the main card. You guys ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Main card.
Here we go. Gleison Tebow versus Jeremy Stephens. Originally, this fight was for Efren Escudero, a guy that I liked a lot, who was taking on Jeremy Stephens. A big fight for him, but he's out last minute.
Rib injury.
And
it
training.
It happens.
So,
Which means he was training hard, maybe.
but it's good. We get Gleison Tebow to step in there. It should be a pretty fun fight. I want to know, Cole, I want to know how you feel about this fight. What do you think?
First, I had Jeremy Stephens beating Efren, but now that Gleison Tebow stepping in, I think Gleison Tebow is just a overall better fighter. I think Jeremy Stephens swings for the fences a lot, and he's kind of a wild fighter. Gleison Tebow is a good submission artist. Gleison Tebow and Tyson Griffin was one of my favorite fights ever. I think Tebow will win the fight. I'm going Tebow.
I originally went different than you. I had Efren. I like Efren. I like his fighting ability, and I thought that he was just a little bit much for Jeremy Stephens to handle, because Jeremy's just going to come in and try to knock your head off, and I don't think he's really going to be able to get that done against Efren. But now that Gleison's stepping in, I like Gleison. I like Gleison Tebow as an overall better fighter than Jeremy Stephens. Josh, what do you think?
I think I'm gonna go against the grain and say Jeremy Stephens. By a wild punch.
Yeah.
I mean, you can never count those out.
Him out.
Never count those out. All right, so we got Gleison Tebow.
Yeah.
Gleison Tebow.
Stephens.
Jeremy Stephens. There it is. Next up, this one's exciting. Junie Browning versus Cole Miller. Josh, what do you think?
What is there to say, Josh?
Junie B, baby.
Junie
it's
B.
all about Junie B.
I'm gonna go out. I'm saying I like Junie a lot. I mean, in the house he was pretty much just an annoying douche. He really just didn't cut it for me. I really was sick of him.
Yeah.
But outside of the house, he stepped his game up a lot. I think now that he's with Extreme Couture, he's really going at his full potential. And I think he's coming out ready to fight. So
I think Browning has what it takes. He could outstrike him, even though he does have a 7-inch reach disadvantage. Right. I think he could outstrike Miller, but I think Miller's fought a lot of people. He fights a lot of people, and he's a pretty good submission artist. He's finished most of his opponents in the first or second round. Armbar, triangle, armbar, TKO, armbar. I think he has the experience, and I think he'll be more composed. But I think Browning will be able to beat him up. But I'm saying Browning will make a mistake. I'm saying Cole Miller.
Junie's got good submission skills as well. His jiu-jitsu isn't terrible. He finishes a lot of fights by beating you up, getting you on the ground, then submitting you. So I think it should be a pretty fun fight.
I don't think we've seen the best of Junie Browning at all.
No,
we're constantly improving.
We're getting there. Bottom line, who you got winning this fight?
Cole Miller.
Cole Miller. I got Junie Browning.
Cole Miller, really? I'm gonna go Junie.
Josh was Junie. He didn't like Cole's decision. Next up, I think this one's a pretty easy one to
My
decide,
dog.
personally. Tyson Griffin, who we all three love.
Fuck yes.
Versus Rafael Dos Anjos. I'm putting it out there right now. This is all I have to say about this fight. Tyson Griffin is just the better fighter. He wins this fight.
I think so too. Like I said earlier, Tyson Griffin is one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. Right. I think he's one of the most solid fighters in the UFC. And I haven't really seen much from Raf. We all saw him get his head knocked off last fight. I think Tyson Griffin he'll be able to control the fight, put it wherever he wants to go. If he wants to wrestle, he'll beat him wrestling. If he wants to knock him out, he'll knock him out. I mean, I don't see Raf winning at all.
Josh?
Yeah, Tyson's going to push the pace and he's going to whoop dude's ass.
Yeah. Tyson?
Tyson.
That's all there is to it. Next up, I'm excited about this fight. I really want to see this guy fight again. Ryan Bader versus Carmelo Marrero. Now, a lot of people might not know who Carmelo Marrero is. I personally, I'm not going to lie, I haven't really seen much from him. But what I do know about Carmelo Marrero, he's fought a lot of good guys.
Yeah.
He hasn't beaten them all.
He fought Chet Congo, Gabriel Gonzaga, Wilson Govea.
He lost to Wilson Govea. He lost to Gabriel Gonzaga.
Yeah.
He did beat Chet Congo. So he's fought He's fought that.
He knows. He knows what it's. Yeah, it counts. He knows what it's like fighting a tough opponent. He's had 3 real tough opponents. Just because he loses doesn't mean that he's not getting experience from it. You fight a good guy like that and you take everything out of it. I think Ryan Bader is kind of a rookie right now, so Carmelo might be able to force his will on him.
More experience, will that play in?
Yeah, but we all see Ryan Bader. He's not a joke.
No,
he knows what he's doing. He's a good, strong guy. Yeah. I've heard people say he's the future of the light heavyweight division.
Obviously, you can't really say someone is the future of the light heavyweight division when you have so many people who now are still the future.
But Ryan Bader is a big guy, and if we see his wrestling improve, like we already know he's a good wrestler.
He's a great wrestler.
If we see him have a dominant wrestling in the UFC wrestling, and he could stand and bang with you, we might have a good fight.
Very big body guy, strong, built like a freaking Greek god, no homo.
Brick shit house, if you will.
The guy can wrestle, top-notch wrestler. His wrestling coach, one of his assistant coaches, is fighting on this card.
Yeah.
Aaron Simpson. But his hands are heavy as well. The kid can hit. So I'm expecting a lot out of Ryan Bader. I think he's going to do great. I think he takes Carmelo Murray out.
How do you feel about Ryan Bader after he left the house, Josh? Winning it all.
Yeah, well, that was a knockout, against in the finale against
that was a big hit.
A jiu-jitsu guy who's also a huge man.
Yeah,
he's great on the ground, but he destroyed him on the feet.
It was a good win for him.
It was great. I think he's got a lot of potential. I think
I think this fight is set up in hopes that Ryan Bader wins this and can start on the right track.
Yeah.
A guy who's not terrible but not that good. Somebody that we expect Ryan Bader to be better than that. I think.
Who's cornering in?
I got Ryan Bader.
Josh.
Bader.
There it is. Last but not least,
main fight of the night.
I'm excited about it. Again, Carlos Condit, the natural-born killer.
He is a bad
You don't get a nickname like that for no reason.
No.
A natural-born killer. Versus Martin, the Hitman Kampmann. Cole, I'm going to start with you. What do you think about this fight? How do you feel about... Let me start with this question. How do you feel about Kampmann coming down to 170 now?
I don't think it's going to play a big role, but if it's going to play a big role for anybody, it's going to be against Condit. We know Condit could go 5 rounds. He had the fight of the year in the WEC, 5 rounds against Hiro Tsumira, or whoever he fought. We know that Condit can go for 5 rounds if he wants to. So a 3-round fight, will Kampmann be tired? I don't think so, but.
So it's not long enough for him to really get that tired.
I don't think the big cut. He was a small.
He was small at 185. So I think
he was a small 185.
170.
So I think he's gonna. I don't think it was a big cut, but he's gonna be a solid 170 now, and I think it's his better division.
Josh, in the WEC, you like Carlos Condit. I mean, everybody did. He was impressive there. Can he transition that to the UFC now?
Definitely. The WEC is no joke. We're already seeing people coming up from the WEC. Won his last 5 fights. He's a title holder.
He knows what it's like to have people gunning for him. He feels the pressure every day.
He knows how to fight. He knows how to win.
Yeah. But then again, we've seen Kampmann get knocked out, but we've also seen him get a comeback win against Drew McFedries, who is a hard hitter. And Kampmann lost his composure and took him right to the ground and had flawless ground game. Is that gonna prove difficult for Condit, being the submission artist that he is? Kampmann's ground game.
Well, I guess
we'll see. We'll find out.
Yeah. This is that that everlasting question where is jiu-jitsu better than wrestle ground and pound? Like is that really that much better? Because it's tactical. So
both them are real good submission artists. Both them are strong lads. It really comes down to who wins the fight. I don't think we could pick from here, but whose corner are you in?
I'm gonna go with.
Whose corner are you in?
It's a tough one. I'm going Condit for sure.
I think until Condit actually loses a fight, I will root for him. I'm going Condit.
Josh,
Condit for sure.
Condit. There it is. We made our picks. Watch it April 1st live, Nashville.
Fight card.